We're at the 2024 Cannes Yachting Festival at Port Canto, where the super yachts that are on brokerage hang out. And this video, we're going to jump between four 40-metre-ish yachts that are all just below 25 million euros, get on them back to back so you can see the differences between them. We've got a Benetti, a Pendennis, a Bilgin and a Custom Line. Let's get going. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. We're going to start with Kasif. She's currently on the market with Fraser Yachts. She's a 2023 Bilgin, full steel, built in Turkey. She's got transoceanic range around 5,000 nautical miles at her 10-knot cruising speed. But as well as having that type of cruising ability, she's a very comfortable yacht as well. And we're going to start up on the sun deck. But interestingly for a sun deck, it's actually got a helm up here. Not something you often see, but you have full control of the boat from up here. You can see the throttles, thrusters, wheel, MFD screens. So it's a proper driving position. But of course, it's also a living space that guests are going to really enjoy. Right up here at the top of the boat. You call it a sun deck, but it has got good cover from the heart up, of course. And you're going to want that if you're using this table to dine. And this is right next to the bar. Really big bar area on this yacht. The 3 bar stools, obviously, that is fully kitted out to serve guests. Grill, sink, cooling space. It's a really promising start to living spaces on board. Let's head downstairs and check out a couple more. We're going to stick on deck and then we'll head inside, and we are now on bridge deck aft, and this is an interesting space because it's got a big living area. This is all freestanding furniture, but it's a really nice place to hang out close to the Sky Lounge, and you've got this nice shade as well that the crew can erect if you do want a little bit of shelter. However, this is also where the tender lives. This actually isn't the yacht's current tender. It has space for an Axopar 28. That is a 2.5-ton crane, so you could lift an Axopar on here and put it, I imagine, this way along the deck. But that is a really large tender to carry on board a yacht of this size. And the nice thing about this deck is that it connects on both sides up to the foredeck where there's yet more living space. It's very easy to demonstrate how wide these side decks are because, as you can see, there's space for a table and chairs on the side deck with still lots of room for the crew to pass by as they move up and down. And I really like how this entire area is all on the same level, linked, symmetrical decks so you can move around very comfortably. And then you have another really lovely lounging space. Again, it has the optional protection from the shade overhead, and these sun pads actually pop up so you can put the backrest up this way to face forward, or you can put the backrest at that end this way so you can face into the boat. And of course you've got this lovely sofa as well with the little coffee tables, cocktail hour, sit up here, enjoy a drink right at the front of the boat. Before we head down to the stern to look at the beach club, let's check out the bridge. But the bridge is quite unique. I'll come on to that in a second, but first of all, let's look at the controls. So you have your twin throttles, of course, thruster controls here, and of course you've got stabilisation, fin stabilisers on this boat. They're ABT track, so they work at 0 speed and also when the boat's on the move to stop it from rolling when you're on longer passages. You've got your suite of screens up here as well, which is delivering all the information you need, both about the boat's systems and of course navigation. Now one thing you will notice is there's no captain's chair here because this is a staircase. You're thinking, where's the skipper going to sit on longer passages? Well, they've got this bench down here. I know what you're thinking, what about the view? Well, if you think about it, especially if you're at night, you're not looking out the windows, you're looking at the screens. And from here, you've still got a great view of all of that stuff. Let's head downstairs now then and check out that beach club. The beach club area is a really key feature on board Kasif. You have this transformer which drops down into the water to give you a nice pathway into the sea, but it also comes up to quayside level as you're seeing it now, so you can get off the boat when you're in dock. It's also strong enough to lift the tender if you need to as well. But crucially, it connects to this sunken area here. You've got this huge hatch that lifts up, and you come down into this, and they talk about this boat being designed to be in anchorages in Greece and Turkey where you're backed onto the rocks, you're really close to them, you've got this wonderful vista sitting inside, but then you have the view out, and you're also very well connected to the water, but you also have facilities here and shade and a place where you can have a drink and relax out of the sun. And I love the decor. How cool is this? You feel like you're in the water even though you're still inside the beach club, and storage is excellent too. All the way along that side is all storage. There's a day head down there on the starboard side, and behind this bulkhead there's even more storage for the likes of sea bobs, scuba gear, all the sort of stuff you need to have fun in the water. Let's check out the cockpit. Now you remember there's no dining space bridge deck aft because you've got that living area and you've got the tender up there, so this is a really important part of the yacht because if you want to eat outside, this is where you're going to be. It's connected obviously to the main deck forward. There's space here for a really big table. Obviously it's orientated along the centre line, which is quite nice. You've got views out over the water either side and plenty of space for your guests to dine. And then after that, a really large sun pad, and the overhang finishes here. This is just a canopy shade that you can take up and down, but that's really nice. You've got this lovely mix of dining space, but also an area where you can relax. Let's head inside. The interior design is by Milan-based design house Hot Lab, and it certainly stands out. The purple colouring throughout, the shapes of the furniture here, and there's a really nice mix on the floor as well. You've got hardwood aft, carpet here in the lounging area, and then it goes back to wood when you move forward. And I like how the furniture, these pillars, separate the two areas. Lounging aft, more formal dining forward. It's also a round table, so it's nice and sociable. If you're playing cards, for example, having a drink, not just dining, then it works well in that function as well. Through that door over there is straight into the galley, so obviously great for the crew to be able to serve this area, and some beautiful detailing here. This is a really lovely effect. When you look through the doors, when those doors burst open, you see this at the far end. It looks really cool, and some great lighting overhead as well. Moving further forward on this deck, we find the owner's cabin. As you walk in on the starboard side, you have a desk area. There is an office up on the Sky Lounge, but this is a more private area where the owner can work with a lovely view out of these windows. It's nice and bright in here because of the windows were elevated as well, of course. And then you pick up some beautiful marble detailing here, and that's only the beginning of the marble in this cabin. The detailing is gorgeous. I love the way these lights hang over the bedside tables, and here you have controls for all the lighting and all the blinds from your bedside. You don't have to get out of bed to control those, and look at the size of the bed as well. It's a really, really good size, and this is a lovely feature. Really large walk-in wardrobe, all fully carpeted, everything's backlit, really beautifully done. It's even got its own window, and there's loads of space in here, so it's a really good design. And the design is clever because it runs forward. It doesn't gobble up the beam, which means when we come to the ensuite, it's very, very large. A real explosion of marble in here, on the sink, on the floor, in the shower. It's lovely. Got a split shower and toilet cubicle as well, so the toilet's there. Big shower here with a rain shower overhead. Again, natural light is very good. It's a beautifully finished space. Down here on the lower deck, it's a 4-cabin arrangement. You have a twin here on the port side with its own private bathroom, and then opposite there's a double. There's a slightly larger double over here on the port side, and that's got a really nice sized private bathroom. And if we keep moving amidships, we arrive at the VIP suite. In fact, it's so large you could almost consider it a second master, because much like the master, it's full beam, which gives you this huge amount of floor space over here. King size bed as well, and all the detailing that we've seen up in the owner's cabin. It looks beautiful. Storage is vast as well, not quite a walk-in wardrobe, but big storage over on this side, and you've got whole windows down here as well, so natural light can seep in. And over on this side is where you find this cabin's private bathroom. Finished in much the same way as the owner's cabin. You have the marble sink, the marble flooring, not quite the same size shower cubicle, but it's not bad. This staircase that leads up from the main deck is the staircase that intrudes on the bridge that we saw earlier on, and then after that you have the Sky Lounge, and it is a lounging space, but it's also a workspace for the owner. As you can see, he's got his laptop set up here, desk, chair. You can sit here in quiet and do some work, and it is a quiet space. So downstairs is the socialising area where you have the big round table and the big sofas. This is more intimate, but also elevated, so the views are excellent because you're nice and high. And it connects brilliantly, of course, to bridge deck aft, which we saw earlier on. This is where you have the lounging space and the tender. So you've got that indoor, outdoor living when you pop those doors open. Right, that's Kasif. Let's head on to the next one. We've come across the water from Kasif and now we're on board the 2020 Custom Line 140 Asante. She was refitted in 2024 and she's currently on the market with Burgess. Let's get going with the tour. I hope you're enjoying this tour so far. Please give it a like if you are, and remember to subscribe if you're not already. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified every time we upload a new tour like this one. Starting with the bridge itself, you'll notice a big difference between this one and Kasif. It's a much bigger space. For a start with, of course, this is your only driving position on board this yacht. There's no flybridge helm like you had over on the other yacht, but of course you have got your wing station for slow speed manoeuvring. On passage though, this is where the captain's going to be. Now she's got a pair of 1600 horsepower Caterpillar engines, her top speed is 17 knots, and at 11 knots she'll cruise for around 3,200 nautical miles. And it's a really impressive dash layout here really large main screen here, which obviously got the cameras on it at the moment, but you've also got your navigation information on either side. Full control of all the boat systems, really nicely displayed down here, and then a couple of screens either side that you can customize to show whatever you want. But you also have got the sofa, so if the crew or even some passengers want to come and enjoy the ride from inside the bridge, they can do that. The other thing you've got on this yacht is a captain's cabin that is directly connected to the bridge, which is always quite a nice thing. Got a private bathroom here, nice double bed, and obviously it's separated off from the bridge as well. She may not have the cruising range of an explorer yacht like Kasif, but what she has got is a very large sun deck for a yacht of this size, and it's a traditional sun deck as well. There's no helm up here, it's just living space, and it starts right forward with that huge hot tub. They have a really large bar area as well, and what's nice is you don't just have stools, we've got furniture over here as well, so it just feels like a bit more of a living space than just somewhere where you come and sit up and have a drink at the bar. Moving aft, she's got a long hardtop as well, so there's plenty of protection. We've got another nice relaxed seating area here, and then right aft, where you're clear of the hardtop, this is your sunbathing space. And like Kasif, we're going to do the exterior decks and then head inside, so let's drop down and have a look at the bridge deck. Here we are on bridge deck aft. This is your main external dining area on board the yacht. Note how they've got these glass panels either side. It's a windy day today, but because of those, the wind is not funneled into this area. So even on a breezy day, you can eat here very comfortably. Something nice about the doors as well, they pop open automatically as you walk up, but they also slide and then they both swing and they pin along here. So you can have a full width opening into the bridge lounge, which is very nice indeed. And it's not just a dining area. It's also got some places where you can relax in the sunshine. So it's really comfortable. If after you've had your dinner, you can sit here and have a comfortable drink as well. Let's finish off the deck spaces with the main deck. Down into the main deck cockpit then, these doors lead through to the main deck saloon. We're going to pop into the interior in a second. Moving aft, you've got another comfortable seating area facing aft because, and this is quite novel for this type of area, you have a bar here, wood top bar, looks lovely, nice to have the stool fixture as well. And this really comes together when you're out on the water, of course, because this doesn't have a beach club as such, but this platform does fold down to create a really big bathing platform, and then you can draw up at the bar and watch everybody having a swim when you have a nice cold drink. Right, the final deck space we're going to look at is the foredeck. We're up alongside the bridge here. You've got doors on either side in and out of the bridge and wing stations on both sides as well, so the captain can choose which way he wants to be when he's doing the slow speed manoeuvring. And what she lacks in sunbathing space in the cockpit, she more than makes up for forward here on the foredeck. Look at this massive swathe of sunbathing space supplemented by a pair of tables and the sofa. There are two big storage bins here as well. The crew got some drinks and you can store the covers, things like that in. What I also like about this area is forward of this lovely twinkly deck gear, the anchor winches and such like, you have another little portion of sun pad so you can stretch out and enjoy the sun right at the bow, or you can have your Titanic moment.
I'm the king of the world! Understand.
Let's head inside. Into the main deck saloon then, and if you're a fan of bars, well, you're going to like this yacht because there are nice bars all over the place, and this one is lovely, marble topped, really lovely and solid, beautiful to look at, but also very well placed to, you know, serve the outside deck, but also these spaces indoors. Little table down here, nice intimate spot, but you've also got the big relaxing comfortable sofa, which is flanked by these huge windows that are almost floor to ceiling, and there's a TV that swings down from the ceiling here as well and faces that area so you can relax and watch a film of an evening. And then you have the internal dining space, this big glass dining table. And this is really nice because it aligns with these floor-to-ceiling windows on this side, enclosed there, but here they slide open, and there's also a balcony that drops down, so you can extend that deck space. And of course, there's another route out on the deck for guests when they want to head forward. And talking of heading forward, if we do that on this deck, we're going to end up at the owner's cabin. Just after the owner's cabin, you have the day head on this deck that guests can get to very easily when they're on board during the day, and then we can come into the cabin itself. And workspaces on board are becoming more and more important, and Asante has a really good one here in the owner's suite. Look at the length of this desk. It's a really lovely workspace, obviously a fantastic view out of this large window, and there's a sofa behind it as well. You can partition this area off again from the cabin itself, and then this explodes out into the full beam of the yacht, and these windows are completely unbroken. The views are sensational, natural light is plentiful, and you've got the lovely big TV mounted forward on that bulkhead. Huge bed too. But cleverly, much like Kasif, the walk-in wardrobe doesn't gobble up space from the bathroom. This is a really good space in its own right, but forward is where you find the bathroom, and it's large enough, because it's full beam as well, to have a pair of sinks, separate toilets, and then in the middle, this absolutely fantastic shower space. Let's head downstairs to the guest accommodation. There are 4 cabins down here on the lower deck. Forward you have a pair of cabins that are identical, however they have sliding berths, so you can set them up as twins or you can set them up as a double. Private bathrooms as well, and then amidships you've got the VIP suites. They are also identical. We'll just pop into this one to give you a closer look. These are really nice spaces, large beds, big piece of hull window. You've got the TV mounted inside a mirror as well. Obviously the TVs are hidden on this yacht, which is nice. You wouldn't even know it's there unless you turn it on, and there's some storage underneath here. Big bathroom too. Large separate shower cubicle with a rain shower head overhead, another bit of hull window, and also a porthole so you can let the steam out, and the toilet is tucked around here. And this is a nice touch in these cabins. They've got their own walk-in wardrobes, not something you always see in a VIP. Moving aft from the bridge to starboard, you have a day head, and there's a crew pantry here so they can serve guests on this deck more easily. They can also serve guests from yet another bar. It's a beauty though, same really lovely substantial marble top, stools on the front here. And for an upper saloon, this is a really large space. Often these are quite sort of small and cosy, but this is a really large lounging area opposite a massive TV, one of the few that doesn't fold away, but that is a really good size. And then you even have space back here for another little round table and an armchair down there. And of course this connects to your main dining space outside on bridge deck aft. Right, that's Asante. Now we're going to head over to a Benetti 40-metre Oasis called Phoenix. We've seen our Explorer yacht and we've seen our more traditional tri-deck motor yacht, and now we're on a Benetti Oasis 40-metre called Phoenix. She's a 2021 yacht and she's currently on the market with TWW, and this has been a very popular model for Benetti. They've built quite a few of them, but Phoenix is quite special, not only because she's got silver paint, but she's got a few tweaks in the interior as well that separates her from the other boats that have come off this line. Let's crack on with the full tour and see how she stands out compared to the others. We were going to start the tour on the sun deck, but then some clients arrived and parked themselves at the table for the duration of the shoot. So over to me for some voiceover. The sun deck on the Oasis 40-metre is a similar size to Asante's, but it's more focused on dining. There's a bar and sunbathing area forward, which as an option can be replaced with a hot tub. Yes, you can have 2 on board, but this deck's centrepiece is its large 10-person dining table. This is flanked by a mix of storage units and cooking facilities with a grill, sink and cooling space. There's even a TV, so guests can watch a film while they dine. This area is protected by a substantial hardtop, but aft there's some freestanding furniture where you can lap up the sun during the day or relax with a drink of an evening. Now let's continue the tour on the bridge deck. On the bridge deck we're going to start forward, and this is a bit of a theme on board the Oasis. Curvature. We'll see this as we work further down the boat, but I really love this windscreen arrangement. It's floor to ceiling on this deck, and you can see the bridge through there. We're going to pop inside in a second, but it's really great, this effect that the windscreen wraps all the way around. And then like the others, this is a really important socialising space. It isn't quite as swayed towards sunbathing space as Asante. You have more seating, but you have got sunpad space here, and like that boat you've also got the optional cover overhead. It's very easy to move around this area. Access is incredibly comfortable to move around. It's all on the same level. And then we're going to change things up a bit because the flow of this deck is really important on board this boat. So we're going to step inside and begin with the bridge. And the bridge is an event in and of itself. It's not very often that you can walk between the bridge station like you can on this. Seat in the middle, controls underneath the skipper's hands, a couple of screens here, and then 3 big ones overhead where you've got the cameras, navigation, and more navigation information on the starboard side, but obviously it's all very flexible. And what a view forward you've got as well. That curved windscreen is just as good from inside as it is from outside. And when it comes to performance, she's got a pair of MAN 1400 horsepower engines, tops out at around 16 knots, and at 11 knots she'll cover 4,000 nautical miles. Let's carry on with the tour. Just after the bridge you have the captain's cabin, similar to Asante, very conveniently located with a nice double bed, and actually it runs quite a long way back, so there's nice storage there and a separate bathroom. We keep on heading aft. Down to starboard you have access down to the deck below, and there's a day head up here as well and a side door access out so you can get forward. Crew pantry with a dumbwaiter that connects down to the galley which is on the deck below. And then here in the upper saloon, it's big too. So you've got dining space over on the starboard side, and there's this lovely big swathe of sofa opposite what is a very large TV indeed. And then again, that curvature, just a slight curvature here of these doors, which connects you brilliantly to bridge deck aft, which is another really nice outdoor relaxation space. Again, you've got the optional canopy, you can get some sunshade if you want, but this is a really nice place to relax. It's so well connected to the interior. But in terms of deck spaces on board Phoenix, we've definitely saved the best till last. Let's go down to the main deck. Here we go then, as I said, best till last when it comes to deck spaces. This is the Oasis deck, not so much a beach club, an entire beach deck. Platforms that fold down on either side, massive swathe of seating area down here, and a sun pad, and the best bit of all, look at this for a hot tub. Right down here at the aft end of the boat, you've actually got a platform down here, a transformer platform, but at night when this is all lit up, it's got proper quayside appeal. Let's head in to the saloon. And here, this theme of curvature is most accentuated. These doors slide right back on the widest curve that we've seen so far, and it's nice that it's mimicked by the sofas on either side. And then you're drawn forward to what is a really spacious dining area, probably the most spacious dining area internally that we've seen so far. And like with the others, they're trying to link this area up to the glass. So when you're dining inside, you still have a great connection to the outdoors. Big TV up here as well. And what we can do quite nicely on this shot is flow through the galley and back out towards the owner's cabin. So let's have a look at the galley now. It's a big galley for a 40-metre yacht, and it connects very easily out the side decks for the crew on the starboard side there. You've got this island arrangement, huge amount of cooling space over on the starboard side, big swathe of countertop with the twin sinks, and then really good cooking facilities as well, with the extra wide hob, big oven too. But what's nice is then you can flow through here. The crew access down to their accommodation is down there, and then right forward we find the owner's cabin. The first thing I'll point out is on the starboard side, an absolutely gigantic walk-in wardrobe. Now this was originally designed to be a gym, but this owner wanted this to be a larger walk-in wardrobe. There is one already in this cabin, I'll show you that in a second. Here to starboard, there's enough floor space to have a big seating area right underneath the hull window. That's really nice, and there is a lot of floor space in this cabin. It's lovely, a nice mix of woods as well, carpet underneath your feet, so it feels nice and warm and cozy. Beautiful detailing as well, and similar sized beds to what we've seen before. This is where the standard, so to speak, owner's walk-in wardrobe is, but we've not seen anything like this yet. Check out this bathroom. Not only is it absolutely enormous, finished in beautiful white marble, but we've found our first bath. How about that, Phoenix? That's pretty cool. A pair of sinks that are almost big enough to be a bath, and then a separate toilet, shower cubicle over there. It's quite a space. You're probably getting quite familiar with these layouts now. This is another 4-cabin arrangement on the lower deck. You've got twins forward on this, now identical. We'll just pop in here. These can also slide together to make doubles on both sides, so it does add flexibility. Private bathroom, of course. This one's over in that corner. TV mounted up on the wall, and some hull window. We've got the blinds down, so it's a little bit dark, but actually it's a big window, so natural light is pretty good. And then if we head out on this side, you've got identical doubles. So these are slightly larger. Again, they're exactly the same, but really nice big footprint, lovely large bed. It's a little bit plainer than the other two that we've seen so far, and all the storage sort of hidden away between secret panels, but the space is great, and headroom really, really good. And these have got lovely, lovely bathrooms. Sort of mimics the owner's bathroom, this lovely white marble, lovely big separate shower cubicle as well. These two cabins are really, really nice. What sets YachtBuyer apart is our website. Here you can read in-depth reviews of the boats and yachts we've tested, but that's not all. Our unique comparison tool allows you to compare rivals in a head-to-head format to see where the differences lie and help you decide which boat or yacht will suit your needs. In this example, we have the Benetti and Custom Line from this video with side-by-side photography, data and deck plans so you can see how their layouts differ. Our live price guides even allow you to compare the average prices of the yachts you're interested in. YachtBuyer.com is the go-to place to research new and used boats and yachts. Now, let's get back to the video. The final yacht we're going to look at in this video is Fox. She's a 2024 boat delivered by Pendennis, and she's currently on the market with Burgess. And she may be a little bit smaller than the yachts we've seen thus far, but she does things her own way and she punches well above her weight with a cruising range of over 3,000 nautical miles and an aft deck that is both tender and toy platform and a great place to have a party. Let's go and have a look around. There's no sun deck on Fox, so we're going to start at the bridge, and a very purposeful bridge it is too. You're a very long way forward here, so you get a great view out over the bow. Big suite of screens, familiar with all the yachts we've seen today, but you have a similar sort of setup with a mix of cameras, navigation, and then tanks and systems, full oversight of that from here. She's twin Caterpillar engine, so you've got twin throttles here, and you've got steering control plus thrusters, of course, and you've got fin stabilizers from CMC, so they're going to work both at rest and when the boat is moving along. As I said, a 3,000 nautical mile cruising range at 9 knots, but you can fit bladder tanks in the lazarette, boost the fuel capacity, and do potentially 3,500 nautical miles. Moving aft, come to captain's workspace, and there is a more formal study area here which can be partitioned off from the bridge but also from the saloon. There are pocket doors here, so this is a nice desk with a view behind it. And if you look at this model of the yacht here, we can see what we have in store in terms of toys and tenders down there, some of the capability of this thing when it comes to transferring things on that amazing aft deck. Moving midships further, captain's cabin through there, and a stairway down to the main deck internally, and another door out onto the side deck. And then we're into the upper lounge. This is small, intimate, nice and high on the boat though, and lovely big windows, so very, very bright in here, and obviously connects very well to bridge deck aft, where we find a nice big dining table, and these doors actually swing out a bit like they do on Asante. So they slide and then they swing and pin, so you can open this area even further just to connect the two spaces a bit more easily. But this is what I really want to show you. I said it can be a party deck. Well, you've got your DJ deck set here right in the middle, up on this terrace, looking down at the revelers below. How cool is that? Let's head downstairs. It's a 5 cabin arrangement on board, 4 guest cabins on the lower deck, and we're forward on the main deck now where you find the owner's cabin. It's a bright interior decor, so it's lovely and light in here, but also plenty of natural light from the windows on either side. Good amounts of storage over on the port side too, and you've got television mounted here on this bulkhead. There's even more storage in towards the bathroom, and the bathroom actually reminds me a little bit of Phoenix's because it's white marble as well. No bath in here, but a huge shower cubicle with a rain shower head overhead and a big spot of hull window, same on this side. So as I said, really nice and bright in here. And if we head amidships back towards the communal spaces, out of this cabin on the right hand side is crew access into the galley. To starboard you have a guest day head, and then we have the staircases up towards the bridge and down to the guest accommodation. So let's have a look at that, where we find a 4 cabin arrangement starting forward with a pair of twins. They are identical, though this one's a little different because it's also been adapted to be a cot. You can see we've got the curtains here. This bed can be removed and a cot can be there in its place. You see you've got some child-proofing evidence, camera up there, these on the corners so they don't bump their head. But yeah, that's an extra bit of versatility in this cabin. Separate bathroom, of course. They've all got their own bathrooms, so privacy is not an issue. Twin opposite, and massive storage either side here. A boat designed to be on board for long periods of time, so storage is really important. There's loads of it in there. And now we'll head aft and look at the doubles. And they are identical, like the twins. Lovely amount of floor space in here. Detailing is really nice too. I like the lamps, the downlighters. Obviously you've got switching and sockets for all your functions inside this cabin. Separate air conditioning as well, and of course a TV mounted up on the wall, and a really lovely bathroom which is similar in style to the owner's cabin. Not quite as big of course, but you've still got the lovely white marble and a nice separate shower cubicle. Now let's wait no longer, let's go and check out that aft deck. Back onto the main deck then, through this partition, and we are into the main deck saloon. Obviously larger than upstairs, it's meant for bigger groups. You can sit in here and all face the screen and watch a movie if you want to. It's bright too, lovely big windows in here as well. But the key thing is how well it connects to the centerpiece aboard Fox. This is it then, the USP aboard Fox, this incredible, just shy of 104 square metre aft deck. There's some seating up here, well, sunbathing space at the moment, but this is a table as well, so you can make it in a dining area. But really, it's about this super flexible, very flat aft deck. So it can be living space, as you can see, but you also have 2.5 ton deck cranes, so you could put 2 7.5 metre tenders on here, or you could do tender, submarine, tender, jet skis. The owner wanted it to be mission specific, adaptable, and it really is. You could even put a Land Rover on here, put it on land, go and explore, and put it back on again. But before we look at the rest of the deck, another key part of her is her machinery space. It's amazing for a yacht this size, so let's drop down and have a quick look. Now I know we've not done the engine room on all of these yachts, but Fox hasn't got a sun deck, so we're going to give us some more airtime by coming down here to the machinery space. Plus, for a yacht of this size, it is absolutely enormous. I mean, these Cat C18s are lost in this huge engine room. Very easy to get around those and work on them. In the middle here, you've got a big workbench. You've got your fuel polishing in the middle as well, fuel treatment system, obviously multiple filters as well, so you can swap between them if they get blocked when you're on the move. She's also got onboard water maker, sewage treatment system, and generators on either side to help run the domestic side of the yacht. And look how easy it is to walk through here. Head heights are really, really good. You can move around so freely, so easily, really well lit as well. Through this door here, you have the lazarette. We have a lot of the hydraulics for the various hydraulic systems on board, and there's direct access there onto deck as well. So let's head back up to that aft deck. Back onto deck then, I'll just point out a couple of other things about this area. You have got some cooling space over here so the crew can serve guests from this area. I talked about the sound system as well. The speakers are in the corner here. They've got portable ones and then ones fixed around here, and that's where the DJ decks are. It is like a proper dance floor. It's absolutely enormous. And then down here you have your connection to the water, so steps that run down. Some seating here, obviously the passerelle that connects you out to the deck, and then you have your water toys down here. It's a hell of a space. And with that, we come to the end of the video. I hope you found that interesting. It's not often you can jump from 40-metre yacht to 40-metre yacht comparing them. We've got a couple of more explorer-style yachts in there, and then your typical tri-deck yachts, and you can see what they offer, what the benefits are, what the drawbacks are, and how these shipyards approach things differently, and crucially, how they serve their owners, which I always think is really interesting. Don't forget to let me know which one you'd go for in the comments below, and if you want more information on any of them, we'll put all the links to the various brokerage pages in the descriptions below. If you want to watch more of these comparison videos, we've done a few of these with budgets and things like that at boat shows, so I'll put those up here. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do that by clicking up here. Thanks for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.